Fortnite is a game that literally redefined the modern gun game. But if you look at the Fortnite of today, it's having a bit of an identity crisis. On one hand, you've got Peter Griffin and Michael Myers running around with assault rifles. On the other, Epic Games is doing everything in its power to make sure that little Timmy never sees a cartoon skull or hears the word whiskey. Over the last few years, censorship in Fortnite has gone from fixing bugs to completely rewriting the game's DNA. Whether it's changing iconic skins for the Chinese market, disabling 7% of everyone's locker in a single update, or turning bombs into literal pool balls in LEGO, Epic is walking a very thin line between a teen-rated shooter and a safe metaverse. Today we're diving into the weird, inconsistent, and sometimes jaw-dropping history of Fortnite censorship. The best place to start is where censorship is a legal requirement: China. Back in 2018, when Fortnite launched in China with Tencent, Epic had to follow strict rules regarding depictions of death and gore. This led to some of the famous, censored versions of skins we've ever seen. Take the Skull Trooper. In the West, it's a skeleton. In China, it was replaced by Hollow Head, a pumpkin, because skulls were a no-go. The husk from Save the World, which literally have skull heads, were given full skin and eyes, making them look like something out of a Roblox horror game. But it wasn't just international laws. Real-world politics started bleeding into the game too. Remember the police cars? They were once a staple on the map, but during the 2020 protests regarding police brutality, Epic quietly removed them from Battle Royale and even replaced a police car prop in Creative. Then there was a rushing around the mode, which disappeared for nearly 2 years following the invasion of Ukraine. It's a fascinating look at how a fiction world has to constantly react to the real one. Sometimes censorship isn't about politics. It's about Epic realizing they accidentally let something way too dark in the game. Case in point, The Block. In Season 8, a community-created mansion called Mysterious Mansion was added. If you went into the basement, you'd find a knocked-over chair and a noose hanging from the ceiling. Epic nuked that creation from the map in record time once they realized what it implied. And we can't talk about accidental adult content without mentioning the Calamity incident. When Chapter 1, Season 6 launched, the Calamity skin had, let's call it, jiggle physics during certain emotes. Epic claimed this was an embarrassing mistake and patched it out almost overnight, but the community never let them forget it. It was the first sign that Epic was terrified of their teen rating sliding into something more mature. This leads us to what the community calls the locker purge. As Fortnite became a collaboration powerhouse, fans noticed that female characters from more mature franchises were getting the Fortnite treatment. Take Cammy from Street Fighter. In her home game, she's in a high-cut leotard. In Fortnite, she got leggings. Sakura got shorts under her skirt. Even Kitana from Mortal Kombat had her torso fully covered and shorts added. Now, some players call this unnecessary, while others argue it's just to keep the game accessible for all ages. But as one Reddit user pointed out, Epic is staunchly against leotards for women, yet we have muscular cats and giant bananas. The inconsistency is what really grinds the community's gears. Why is Tatsumaki from One Punch Man adjusted so her dress doesn't show her lines, but other skins are left untouched? It feels like Epic is playing a game of, what can we get away with today? If you think skins are censored, wait until you hear the music. With the launch of Fortnite Festival, the censorship has reached a level of clunky that ruins the gameplay. In songs like Armed and Dangerous by Juice WRLD, entire lines are just gone. You're left standing there in a rhythm game with no notes to hit because Epic took out a whole sentence for one bad word. Then there's the mystery of the stuck emote by Cardi B. It hasn't returned to the shop in over 1,500 days. The rumor? A specific line in the song sounds a bit too much like an inappropriate word if a parent walks by the room. Instead of just censoring that one word, Epic seemingly blacklisted the entire person. And don't even get me started on the rebellious emote. When it first dropped, the word devil was censored despite the character literally doing devil horns in the dance. They fixed it later, but the fact that devil was too much for a teen-rated game for a few days tells you everything you need to know about Epic's current headspace. If Battle Royale is a teen game, LEGO Fortnite is a toddler zone. LEGO has an incredibly strict non-violence policy, and it has led to some of the funniest censorship in gaming history. Explode, the guy with the bomb for a head, he's now got an 8-ball for a head. Havoc's shotgun shells, they're now peppermints. Raptor's shells, those are hot dogs now. And camouflage patterns. LEGO turned those into rubber ducks or random pixels because camo represents warfare, of course. It's reached a point where skins you paid $20 for look completely different in the mode you're playing. While some find it cute, others feel it's a pool ball apocalypse that strips the character of its identity. Everything came to a head in November 2023. Epic decided to age rate every map. If a map was rated E, you couldn't wear skins that had violent elements like holstered pistols or knives. This meant you couldn't use Meowscles or Agent Peely on an E-rated map because they had guns on their legs. Meanwhile, Michael Myers, an actual serial killer, was perfectly fine. The community backlash was so nuclear that Epic walked back that decision in just 2 days. They realized that telling players they can't use $1,000 worth of skins in half the game's mode was a recipe for disaster. So where does this leave us? With Disney now a major stakeholder in Epic, many fear the Robloxification of Fortnite is inevitable. We already have a setting to hide confrontational emotes, like take the L, meaning your opponent might not even see you emoting on them. Fortnite is no longer just a gun game, it's a brand platform, and brands love safe. But at what point does safe become boring? If the core of your game is about 100 people shooting each other until one survives, can you really pretend it's a PG experience? Let me know in the comments, is Epic protecting the kids, or are they just making the game soft? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Be sure to check me out on YouTube Live and Twitch, as you can find me progressing through games and simply chill with me. I would also like to mention that I now offer 2 levels of membership on YouTube where you can obtain exclusive perks or simply support my channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.